Well, it's been 4 years since Utah lost a business pioneer and the leader of the jazz. Larry Miller's family has been very private about the diabetes that literally shut his body down until now.
Larry's widow, Gail Miller, sat down with Mary Nichols to talk about how diabetes stole Larry away from their family.
There's a void for all of us. There's a place that we would like to have him.
He was a businessman and a philanthropist. Larry H. Miller built an empire and a legacy here in Utah. As former Utah Governor John Huntsman once said, Larry was Utah, and Utah was Larry.
He almost sacrificed himself so that he could provide things that other people could take pleasure in.
It appeared Larry could conquer anything in the business world, invincible. It was something unseen in his blood that would take him down.
Did you have suspicions with Larry? Were there things, was there anything that you thought, I wonder what that could be?
Didn't even think about it, and neither did he. That's the sad part. He just kept working.
In the early 90s, Larry was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. Without treatment, it could kill him.
By the time you discovered it, what had it done to Larry?
Well, by the time he realized, by the time he was diagnosed with it, he had to take medication every day. Then the medication didn't agree with him. He didn't like taking it. It made him feel different than he was feeling, and he says, I'm not going to take that. So then he quit taking everything.
Gail Miller now wants to talk about Larry's battle with diabetes, a battle that was kept secret from the public.
And so by the time he was willing to really do something about it, he was ready for insulin. And once you go on insulin, then you've got that battle with blood sugars and keeping them level, and the feeling in his feet started to go.
Gail says Larry's first priority was still his work, even as diabetes ate away at him.
If there was any way he could do something, it was with his will. And everything he did was that way. And when he bought the jazz, he found a way. When he built the arena, he found a way. When he built Jordan Commons, he just found a way to do it. I mean, there was opposition all along the way, but he just had that will to do what he wanted to do. When you get an illness like diabetes, you cannot will it away.
More than 10 years after he was first diagnosed with diabetes, Larry had a heart attack. As his health began to fail, he decided it was time to share the secret he kept hidden for so many years.
I mean, the public really didn't know that anything had been building, that he'd ever had anything, and it's all of a sudden, he's really sick.
And that's what he wanted was, when he had the heart attack, which was the result of the diabetes, he thought, well, I'll just go in the hospital, I'll get better, I'll go out, get out, and I'll reserve. Nobody will ever know. Well, it ended up being 59 days in the hospital. And actually, the first thing he did when he got out was had a press conference.
There's just a lot of things wrong with me. I just haven't taken as good a care of myself as I should have. I'm paying the price for those now.
After the heart attack, Larry's kidneys started to fail. Doctors amputated both of his legs below the knee. The disease was slowly taking his life.
The things that it does to you are so terrible that you just, in Larry's case, he deteriorated a little over time, and then a lot over time, until there was nothing more he could do.
Our dad passed away this afternoon at 3:54.
On February 20th, 2009, Larry H. Miller died from complications of diabetes.
It really stole him away from you.
It did. He could have lived 20 more years if he had taken care of himself. And I don't know very many people that could have gone through what he did for as long as he did. He had his will was incredible.
It's been 4 years since Larry's death. Gail hopes sharing his story now will hit home with an important message about this silent killer that stole the man who had a will to do anything.
I think if I can turn it into a message, and we have done some things that I think help the masses, that if I can do anything, it's encourage people to get tested. It's hard not to miss him. He was bigger than life in a lot of ways. So I hope he misses me.
In his autobiography, Larry talked about his battle with diabetes, and a lot of people did go in to get tested after reading and hearing about his story.
Obviously, Gail's telling the story. She's working with the Diabetes Association, hopes that a new awareness campaign and some new commercials will inspire more people to get screened and effectively manage what can be a very devastating disease.